At the Beet Lab, the first thing you're going to do is calibrate your LabQuest 2 to find the spectrophotometer. And this will be for a blank screen for a second. Just wait for a message to pop up that it'll take 90 seconds for your spectrophotometer to calibrate. During that time, we're going to make our solutions that you're going to test. You're going to use your syringe and follow these instructions to put water in all of the wells. So notice in the first row, you're going to put 2.4 milliliters of water. So that comes up to about the second line past the 2. About right there. So that goes in the first column. And we will do that all the way down. Okay? We're going to go into the second column, and it calls for 1.9 milliliters of water. So that's going to be about halfway in between the 8 and the 2 mark. We're going to go here, and I'm going to go ahead and go to 1. You guys are going to go ahead and fill up all your rows. But column 3 calls for you to add 1 milliliter of water. Here we go. That's going to go here. And column 4 calls for 0. Okay, now let's add saline. In the first column, it calls for 0 milliliters of saline. Second column calls for half a milliliter. Okay, so 1, and we'll go halfway in between the 1, which is about right there. And so that's going to go in column 2. That's where I put my water. And column 3 calls for 1.4 milliliters of saline. So we'll come to that second mark and put that in column 3. And if you remember, column 4 was the one with no water, so it's going to be all saline. So notice as you move to the right, your solution becomes more salty. Okay, so column 4, 2.4 milliliters of saline, and you'll do that in each of these. For time's sake, we'll just move on. Okay, now you're going to punch out your sections of beet using the cork bore. I have some of them in there already, so we'll just add maybe one more to that, and use your colored pencil to get those sections out. And they're in there pretty good once you punch out 12 pieces. Okay? Alright, so there's your little sections you punched out. Now what you're going to do, guys, is you're going to put these sections in your wells, and make sure you remember what order you put them in. Okay? Now, I've already completed this, so we're going to look at the finished. Well, let me back up. If you read your directions, it will tell you to give these beets a wash. You know, we've extracted some of their pigment just by cutting them, and so we want to get rid of all of that pigment so that our experiment reflects only what pigment was lost due to the salt concentration. Okay, so we're washing them once, and your instructions say wash them again. Okay, so you'll give them another little wash. Okay, and then we'll pour that water out. Okay, then you'll put your beet sections in your well plate. This one's already finished. So what we'll do is we'll come over here. We see that our LabQuest 2 has finished calibrating. We had plain water in there to calibrate the spectrophotometer. So what we'll do is we will remove that cuvette with the chem light. Notice this side has stripes. You always pick up the cuvette by the striped side because the light has to flash through the clear side. Okay, now it's time to test out our solutions. You have a pipette that doesn't have any solution mark on it. That's your 0% salt. So this is all just plain water. Okay, so using a chem light so you don't get your fingerprints on your cuvette, you'll hold your cuvette and you'll put your 0% in there. Okay, and it's actually okay to hold it if you hold it on the striped side. And you'll put that in here. Okay, and I'm noticing it's not quite full, so I'm going to add a little bit from our same row, same column rather. It should be about 3/4 full. Okay, alright. So again, holding it only on that striped side. You'll place that in here, and then you'll come over here and collect data. and you'll discard the last run, and you'll do that each time you collect a new point. Down here you'll notice stop. When you see your results, when you get your peak, you can go ahead and hit stop, and that gives you the highest point. So over here at 531 nanometers, there was an absorbance level of 0.237. So guys, you're going to record that in your data as 0.237 in the 0%. Okay, so let's just go ahead and do one more, and then I know you can figure out how to do the rest. You'll remove that one, and then you'll come over here and use your 3% pipette. Take your 3% solution that had mostly water, but whoops, some salt, and pick up a cuvette with your chem wipe and fill that up. Okay, and you can hold it on the striped side. I'll put that in there on the clear side. Looks like it needs to be wiped to remove any fingerprints or dust. Stick that in there, and then you'll hit collect, and we'll discard that last point because you recorded it on your paper. And notice you have a peak going here, so you can go ahead and hit stop there, and it'll show you at your highest point you are at 0.284. So that will go here at 3%, 0.284. Now you have 3 trials because you have 3 rows of solution. Okay, and so once you get finished, you will average up your 3 trials. Put that here, and then down here you're going to put your absorbance level, which are these values here. This is your 0, 3, 9, and 15% solution, and you'll graph your average, which tells you that in your directions. Thank you.